hang on. Okay, so as it's weird because there's stuff, but like to me, the vibe feels clean, but clean, like there is a vibe, but like it's not dark. It's just like there's a lot. It almost feels excited, like that to me for some reason. And I don't know. My God, hang on. Where? That is the oddest thing. I can't pinpoint it. It just is. Hang on. So I'm asking, I'm like, is it related to the land? Is it related to just the home? Like somebody died here? Was it related to you? Is it me? Is it kid? Is it what? And it just feels like there's like bouncing everywhere, but sorry, we're
it's okay.
Where is that? What are you talking about with that? There's a person in here with you right now. They just like walked in, and but it's like not family.
I felt that there, for some reason, I feel like it's an old man, like a grandpa.
Gosh.
Yeah.
It's a man. It is a man. It's totally a man. And like the vibe of it is, they like step in the whoop, and then you can feel that it's masculine because it's heavy. And then all I see is like a shadow. It's almost like a gray, like silhouette type of thing in my head. And so now I'm asking.
I see that all the time. Like I feel that he like just walks around and like watches this.
Yeah. So like in your like right behind you, like right underneath that light, it's like here, and we're just here, and we're the silhouette, and then we like move out. And I'm like, okay. It feels like, but it's not bad. It feels like when I went and I investigated a prison. But it's not bad. It's just that same shadowy type of thing.
Yeah.
He comes with you. Hang on.
Is my grandpa?
He follows you. Maybe we're gonna get into this in just a second. Hang on. I go, who is this? Who is this? Who is this? I'm just like asking out into the world. And it says, come with her. And I'm like, all right. Like that's how it sounds in my head. Hang on. I think so everybody has their own vibe, and I love yours. And this guy, I don't think this is not a grandfather. And this is the reason why I'm going to say it, is because he likes the way you feel, because you have like this almost like sensual, sexual vibe about you that's just like consistently there. And so it makes, and that is the way that feels to me, is like a cat purring. It's like,
oh yeah.
Like that type of thing. Like very like, I don't know, maybe I like dance some merengue and stuff. Everything's very smooth. And so he's like there because he likes that vibration. But you're also very strong. And hang on. You haven't had any like half bathroom doors closed, have you, on their own?
There's been a lot of weird shit that's happened in this house, especially. Like there's a lot of activity here.
Okay. So he just showed me, like, if I walk down a hall, like a long white hallway, and there's a single door, and it's like a half bath, so it has like a bathroom, obviously, and he shows me the door shutting. And so for me, that means either we physically shut the bathroom door, or that means he's talking about spiritual activity inside of there. And are you like redoing the home right now?
No, but this home was remodeled before we moved in.
Okay.
So there's like a lot of.
Oh, okay. Is it like a, I don't know how you call it. You know, they have like the 2.5 story homes, or like the 1.5, like the half floors. Do you have like a lot of little steps that go into this thing?
Well, we're built on like a hillside, so the front door opens up. Yeah, the front door opens up into technically the bottom level, and then the top level goes up, and then we have like a huge backyard and like private hiking trail and all that. So it's like,
yeah, so it is okay. They keep showing me. I was like, what does this house look like? Where is it at? How does it look? And they keep putting their like stairs, and everything goes up like this.
Yeah, literally the whole house. We have like 30 stairs to the front door, and it's so steep, and it snows so bad on this side.
But at least you know you can run up and down those things. You get a great butt.
Oh yeah.
All the way through. Yeah, there is something about like the rock that this is built into. There is something about they keep doing that. They keep talking about like support beams, boom, and like the rock that it's built into. They keep talking about like you have a shifty house right now. Like this.
I also feel like there's
a portal.
Yes. There's some weird shit. Shit will disappear right in front of my eyes. Yeah. And I'm looking for it, and then it pops up right in front of my face.
Okay. I've never said that before. I've never told anybody that before on a session. I can 190% tell you that your house, because what they keep doing is they keep talking about these levels, and they keep talking about how it's like the vibe feels different, but then people
downstairs where I am is ice cold all the time, and it feels like there's a lot of activity down here. Yeah, so I've definitely felt that so much. Like it's unusually cold, and the heater will be on in the whole house, and down here is uncomfortably cold.
Oh, how weird.
Yeah.
And I do feel like but then what? It has more to do than just the house. It's everything else that goes along with it. It's
like Utah, Salt Lake County is like super native land, like all that, like completely. So I've definitely felt that. It's old shit.
Yeah. There, y'all have something going on in there, and I like it. But is it bad? Is it gonna hurt anybody? Is it gonna cause issues? No, not particularly.
I don't think that it's problematic. Uncomfortable because I don't understand it much yet. Yes, but nothing.
Yeah, exactly. So there's a couple of things you can do in this situation. You're not strong enough, nor would I be, to get rid of any of it. I'm just being dead honest. No. I'm not sorry, that was a bad joke, and I didn't even mean it to be a joke. Dead honest. So so it's like if I go in there, so theoretically I'm putting myself in my head, I'm putting in your house, and it's like, can we close it? Can we move something? Can we do that? And it's like they all just look at you like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you trying? You know, like the energy is too much. It's too big. It comes from someplace even bigger than what just like this little light is, you know? And you have some sort of, hold on, where's that at? Do you have windows that go from floor to ceiling and like they overlook like all? Okay. It's like right in that area.
So that's the living room upstairs.
It's like the focal point. Like that's where this is at. And it's like how the light comes in and like how
the house is built really odd to the point that I think whoever built the house, it was built in the early 70s. Whoever built this house probably was into some sort of spiritual or things like that. The master bedroom has this, it's like a weird triangular ceiling, so it's not like a perfect triangle, it's more like offset, and there's a big window, and the sun shines directly through it, and the moon directly through this window, to the point where at night when it's a full moon, it's like someone has a flashlight coming through the window. Yeah.
I'd like to go and just sit in your home and feel it. Like
you're more than welcome.
I will. I'll come over. So Utah's my next thing. I will be there, and I think I'm gonna end of April. I'll be there because my mom and then I'm gonna be taking a separate trip because they're going to be going to Moab. I didn't buy tickets early enough, so I'm not going to be able to go to Moab. So I'm going to hang out in the Salt Lake area for a couple of days.
Perfect. My birthday is the 24th.
Really? Oh yeah. Oh, Okay. So let me write this down. Let me take a note.
Yeah.
I'm just going to make a note on your account, and that way I will let you know. And then after that, so they're going to be walking around Moab for a while. And then I'll be hanging around, messing around over there with the Mormons and you. And then after that, they're going to go to like that Canyon Land place that y'all have like 3 hours down south. I don't know. It's another thing.
Oh yeah, what is it? Is it not the Goblin Canyon?
It's like that, but it's like they literally call it like Goblin Canyon Land, and so it's all like this huge canyon. It's like 2.5 hours south, and so we're gonna be going there and like doing. I don't camp. They want to camp. We'll figure out. I'll figure out how to camp. But that's gonna be. So yeah, I'll message you. I have to buy tickets for that like in the next like this.
Yeah,
weekend.
for sure.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll let you know about that. Wow. That is the vibe of the West. That is the whole vibe of the West. The West has, so when I channel and I go through and you have people from the Northeast, the way that it looks and feels to me in my head, the way that I know like New York, Pennsylvania, like all that area, it feels dark and heavy and like clouded and smoke and like blue. Like it's all these like there's a lot of shit and cold. It's almost like that's the lower vibration, and maybe that's why everybody's angry up there. You know what I'm saying?
That makes sense. And there's also a lot of angry spirits.
Yeah, well, because there's just so much crap that happened up there, right? And it's residual. The West has a feeling of you can feel the excitement. You can feel the you can feel the you can feel like the deepness of like the Indian stuff. You can feel the I love it. I love the West.
You should, while you're out here, you should check out Eagle Mountain. Have you ever?
No.
Okay, so supposedly there's this shadow figure that chases people. Like, and it monitors the kids and the children, like something. But I don't know, white people, of course, have reported seeing this shadow figure, and while they're driving through it, like goes over each mountain following them. Yeah, it's crazy, and it's really weird, and something having to do with like the native land. The name of the area even like is super demonic almost. It's really weird. You should check it out. It's like an hour south of here.
Okay, maybe we can go together. That'll be our thing.
I'll do it. Yeah.
Okay, what do? We go and get drunk on Eagle Mountain, chase a dark spirit around the mountains. What are we doing? Right? No,
but so there's this woman on TikTok that goes and picks up, like, her profession is going to pick up bodies and transporting them to the morgue and stuff, or wherever. And I guess they went out there, and this thing was like circling them super fast, like running around them. And then so they all like packed up and left. And as they're driving out, the thing is following them, she said, along the side of their car. Like, then they're hauling ass in the car.
Oh my God. Okay. So I have a theory on this. I know we're doing spiritual guidance. I know we're channeling, we're doing the whole thing. I have a theory on lower vibration stuff. So, how when I get on TikTok and I talk, or wherever I do, I always talk about if you're in a higher vibration, good things are happening, you're vibing. But like, I always talk about when people are like, oh, there's demons, like that. I hate that word. But I'm like, I haven't seen one. You know how I always say, I'm very honest. I'm like, I haven't seen one. They don't talk about that. Like, I don't believe that's a thing. I believe there's lower vibration, but there has to be something going with the concept of whatever you focus on, you'll notice.
Oh, right? Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So if I'm not focused on finding a negative vibration, then I'm never going to see it. If I'm not focused on a demonic presence, I'm not going to see it because I'm not aligning myself with that.
Mm-hmm. That's I definitely think that's true, because since I was small, my mom, she would always go like over our bed, like, here's white light protecting you. And I never understood that until I got older. So every day, every night, everything I do is visualize like literally pods of white light around everyone in my house. And if I feel something like really negative, I literally envision like big wings coming out behind me and like blocking off whatever.
You do it. I do that. That is the thing. Okay, pause. I've never heard of anybody else doing that in my life. No. I have never heard of anybody. Okay, example being said, and I didn't know what I was doing. I think I was like 12, 13, 14. My dad was going through his cancer treatment therapy, and I remember being really, really, really sad, and they were talking about he's dying, you know, all this stuff. And I remember at like that age feeling like, okay, I have this light in me because I can feel that burning that there, and like it grows, you know. And I remember sitting by his bed and praying and like just feeling like there were the wings and you could push the energy like boom, you know. And so that's what would happen if like something dark comes along and you focus and you move it out. You're on to something. You're on to
I
something.
also, so in the last place I lived, I would always feel like something was trying to get to me. I feel like that was really, really negative. And it got to the point where like, I was like, you know what, motherfucker? And like in my head, I envisioned like basically like ripping off like the devil's horns and stabbing him with them. And then it was gone. And I was like, yeah, don't fuck with me.
Yes, no, there is something to that. Everything, you know, that is a thing. And, you know, when I'm not channeling, it's difficult to describe. When I am, it makes perfect sense. And it's just like, yeah, duh, you know, because that's where you're at. It's like, yeah, of course it is. It's the same as like, you know, feeling that you're going to receive something, then it comes to you the next day, right? Like, oh, I really want an Oreo. I'm gonna get it. The next day, like, here's a 6-pack, and you're like, oh, okay, here it is. Cool. So
exactly.
Okay. So with this house, it's gonna be the same. I would say, you know, people would say sage it. That's just intention.
Yeah. I always just like kind of like try to sit down, befriend them.
Yeah, that's what I do. You're trying to figure out who they are. Are they okay? How does this work?
There's a guy. I feel like it's a guy that hangs out in this living there because there's 2 living rooms. It's the one upstairs with the windows. Actually, this one has windows too.
I see.
This might be it. So I feel like it's like an old guy that like works on tools and shit in his car. Really should have found
your eye makeup is phenomenal today.
Thank you.
Oh my
there's
god,
this one.
Yes, that's what it is.
And then, but watch, there's this one too.
Let's see. Oh, look how cool that. Oh, it does have all the stairs. That's a wow. Oh my god, yes, that's it. Floor to ceiling. Wow. Oh yeah, my god, that's amazing.
There's my little angel mom.
Yes, is she fabulous? Oh my god, we gotta bring her. Oh my god, are you gonna put her?
We're putting her right here.
Over the fireplace.
The little rascal.
Look at the little munchkin. Oh my god, it's just like a whole family thing. That is so cool. Okay, so there is something about. Sorry, recovering from COVID. There's something about, so that's, you're gonna put her over the fireplace. That's great.
Yes.
There's something about that. Hold on. You have a whole, there's a whole thing. So right now we just they're like protecting your child. They're protecting your baby too.
She laughs at like people that aren't there or are there, but you know, invisible. Yeah, she does. What else happens? I know lights, weird shit will happen. Lights, power outages. What else? Let me see. Birds. There's birds that will just come and like sit and like look into our windows. So,
really?
Yeah. And so birds, ladybugs for sure. We have like so many ladybugs.
So that's the vibration. It's bringing them in.
Yeah. So yeah, it's good energy here. We love the house, but you definitely feel it's busy.
It is. There is stuff going on there. I think as you get, you know, moved in more and as you unpack more and make it your own, I think it's just because since you're coming in, it's the changing of the guard, it's the shifting of the energy, it's the moving around of the space. Because you also have to remember, and I always forget to think about it this way, you know, you think that when you go and you know, you step into water, you're like, oh, I'm underwater, right? And so you move the water and it shifts everything and all the water goes over this. But you forget that when you're in air, it does the same thing too, except you're shifting the air and including energy. And so you're moving it all around. And so they're like, wait, what the hell? What the hell?
Right.
What the hell is going on?
Right.
God, wow. Okay. Can I look at your daughter's chart really quick?
Yeah.
Okay. I want to see if we have the thing that I feel that she may have. Hang on.
Literally all her planets are in Virgo.
Are they really? Oh,
yeah.
My God, she's going to be really hard on herself. Okay. When is her birthday?
August 31st.
Okay. Oh, there's the problem.
Of 2019.
Okay. Show little. Hold on. Here is that. And then where was she born at? Salt Lake?
Valencia, California.
There you go. Hold on. Where the oranges come from. Sorry.
Yeah.
I say orange because we're from Texas. And so people are like, what did you say? I'm like, well, I apologize on that. My husband makes fun of me consistently. Oh, that's interesting. She is. And I mean, I wonder where does that, hold on. I want to go here. I want to go and look at this even more. Hang on. Okay. Interesting. Man, she is, isn't she? Virgo. Where did she get that from?
I don't know. We really wanted another earth sign because I'm a Taurus. My husband, he's a Capricorn. And then my stepdaughter who lives with us now, she's a Capricorn. So it's like, we just all wanted to be earth signs.
See, that's why we all vibe together. So I'm obviously I'm a Scorpio, but like my second house and everything else is Capricorn. Like that's my son is one, my husband's a Taurus. Like we're all, that's why we're all earthy. That's why we're all like neutrals and stuff like that. Oh my God. Can I just look at all three of y'all's charts really quick together? I want to just, okay, give me yours again.
So my birthday is April 24th, 1991.
Okay. Do you know time?
Yes, 5:24 p.m. 5:24 on 4:24.
Okay, there we go. All right. You said 1991, right?
Yes.
All right. Hang on.
And then place of birth is Greenbrae, California.
Military. Go. Wow, that's so much. I'm going to be. I want to see how she turns out.
Yeah. She's extremely musical. My husband, he does hip hop music. I'm producer, songwriter. My dad's a really famous producer and songwriter.
There you go.
My daughter, her speech is like, she doesn't talk as much as she should be right now, but she's more advanced. Like she can figure out things that like 5-year-olds aren't even doing. But she also only talks when she sings along to songs in movies.
Really?
Yes. So, and I was weirdly similar, not with talking, but I taught myself how to play piano when I was 3 by ear. My family, I guess we came home from seeing Star Wars and I started playing the Darth Vader score on the piano all by ear and all by memory.
Oh my God. See, okay. So okay. So now we're going to be looking at patterns right here. Okay. That's what I'm going to be dissecting. So I have Virgo in me. My mom has Virgo about a lot of it. So I play piano by ear, write music. So that's why I'm like, when I started off with the Titanic, that was mine right here.
You know, my dad produced My Heart Will Go On.
Shut the front door.
Yep. He has a Grammy for it.
And now we're like looped together. Do you see this? Like what? That's so okay. That's so weird. Like that's what I learned. I played it by ear. I was like, all right, and it's the long one with all like that's why my hands are so big.
Yep, that's him playing the piano.
Really?
Yeah, he also did like all of Mariah Carey's early music, Hero, One Sweet Day, All I Want for Christmas.
Really? That's amazing. So, okay, so there has to be something. So I do the piano, guitar, you play all those, violin. I was classical all the time. My mom is a classically trained pianist. She's Virgo. You haven't music. So it's, my dad has no Virgo in it. He's not musically inclined. My ex-husband isn't either. It's weird. And then my son has it and he can play piano by ear too, just like me. And so there's something about that goes on in here. Hold on, I want to look at the husbands too. That way I can compare them all and figure out why they all came here. When is his?
So he is born December 26th, 1987.
Okay, hang on. And then what city?
Paramount, California.
There you go. All right. Where dreams are made. All on. We go down there. They have my husband's family has they were in charge of all the props, explosive, everything like that for all the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
That's so cool.
Like yeah, so they do all the props and all that for all those movies. That's what they do. So now you do music, we do movies. We're all in this entertainment kind of.
We should start an entertainment label.
Really?
I've always wanted to start like a nonprofit where, like, instead of putting money into like just giving these new artists like a chunk of money, put it into, okay, let's get you into a good apartment, let's get you medical insurance, like everything to support you as a human, like that kind of shit.
Oh my God. And you're going to continue that. What if you did that with like up and coming, like let's say pulling it off of, influencers like on TikTok. So obviously, you can make a pretty penny off the Island Boys. Like that's a thing. This shit. Oh my God. It's, it's interesting. They go on there and I find it, because since you're in that business, I see the back end of it. I do my spiritual stuff, but they talk about, people get on there and they show the money and they're like, yeah, they made all this money. And I'm like, yeah, but after the producers, after all the bills are paid, they only probably like $3,000 or $4,000 in there.
And that's why people rent their jewelry and like lease cars and rent their houses. Like, all right.
Yes.
I have one of our friends like blows money, like shows like Louis Vuitton, all this shit, goes gambling, all this stuff, has a lot of money that he shows, but lives in like a shitty apartment with his friends and like doesn't even like, his apartment is so gross and dirty. I'm like, dude, you're like 35, get a maid. Instead of going and buying a new Louis Vuitton bag, just get a maid.
And, they probably, if we did his chart, they probably have heavy Taurus inside of them, or heavy Libra.
No, probably, yeah.
Because it's all, or Leo, or maybe that combination, it's all about excess. Wow. Home, man. So your husband is the one that's the soft one out of all of y'all. In a good way.
Like the big bad one.
Well, it's because he has his Capricorn and then his moon is in Pisces.
And he's also a former gang member and all that.
Oh my God. Venus in Aquarius, Mars in Scorpio. That's where that comes from. No wonder he likes you. And your Mars is in Cancer, man. Y'all can get moody and deep as shit together, can't you? I would love to be a fly on the wall during y'all's arguments. Like, yeah, it's either because I view you and I love the way that you feel like me, but you feel like this, I don't know, I feel like in a way like you and I were like brothers in a past life somewhere. It's weird. And then now we're here.
Yeah, I keep hearing in my head that line from Step Brothers, like, did we just become best friends?
Yes. Where's the okay, I don't know, we just work here at this point. Yeah, there's something deeper. Hold on, I'm gonna stare at yours. Because you're a Taurus, you have your Virgo moon, that's why. Oh my God. Okay. See, me and you. Oh, there's our pretty.
Hi.
Where's she at?
Hi.
Come here, beautiful. Oh, hi. Oh my God, look how beautiful you are. Hi.
Hi, Tina.
Hey,
what's
sweetie.
This?
She has great eyebrows.
Oh, you're counting 1, 2, 3.
You know what's so weird to think is that yes, it's a baby body, but that's a full blown.
No, she knows a lot more. We always look at her like, you're just pretending to be a kid again.
She is. She's pretending to be a kid. I can't wait. Like, I kind of just want to follow, like, just follow this to see what this full on Virgo thing is. Yeah, you and I, man, if you and I did it, have you ever thought about doing a podcast talking about this?
Yes, and yes, I have.
Okay. Only reason I ask is because people have been they've been bringing that into my vibration over and over and over again. Talk. And I'm like, well, it can be just me. I'm like, but I would like somebody to go like banter with back and forth. And like you, I'm looking at your sign. So like your communication style is an Aries. So it's quick, it's intense, it's right there. Let's talk about that. And then my communication style is the Scorpio, which means I'm an actual asshole. So between both of us, we could have like this witty banter back and forth. It would be very clean and fun. And
it would.
That would be interesting. The other thing, so I'm gonna keep that in the back. Hold on, let me write that down. I have like, this is my notepad of stuff that I need. Hang on. And then I want to go in.
For you. I've been making like resin stuff, and I've been giving the girls like little resin rings.
Really?
Yep. Am I gonna say this is my stepdaughter?
Hey, stepdaughter.
Hi.
How are you?
Good.
You look good. You look great. You have great eyebrows too. Everybody has great eyebrows here. Yeah.
Mine are shaved off and drawn in.
It's okay. Mine are too. Mine are tattooed on. Mine are tattooed on as well. Wow. Okay, so I'm writing this down. Yeah, that would be very interesting. I find it the thing between me and you and I could have been. Okay, so I'm looking at your chart. So your sun sign is in Taurus, mine is in Scorpio. All right, so they always get along really well together, right? Because they're very literal and they like things. Your moon, so your emotional side is in Virgo. That's where your daughter gets it from. That's how that goes. Then mine is in Libra, and so it's all about so I'm like the happier one. but it's interesting because the Scorpio brings it back down, right? And then your communication style is in Aries, and then mine's in Scorpio, so it's that all the thing. The other thing is your Venus is in Gemini, mine is in Libra, so it's that light air, like talk. Oh, I love you. Oh, this is beautiful. Oh, this, and then this would be the fun part, getting you mad or like getting me mad. This would be the opposite, or like drive. Your Mars is in Cancer. So you're all about like, we want to help the world. We're going to make this nonprofit. We're going to get like what benefits everybody, right? Like that. My Mars is in Aries. So it's social justice warrior. So it's like, why would they go and charge them so much for that shit? Kill them. Like that would be the difference. So
I got that side too. But I think that's just because I'm Russian.
Yeah, exactly. Well, yeah, that's because that's where yours nose is better than mine. I have the Jewish Russian nose. You have the other one. And then
it's so weird because I'm Jewish and Russian. But like my nose is so small.
I know you got okay. Wait, what is like, do you know the original last name of y'all?
It's Afanasyev. So Afanasyev. Athena, you can't do that. Here.
Okay. I'm writing that down. I did not know that that's Russian. That's so entertaining. It's funny. People come on live and they're always like, oh, what do you think about the Russian conflict since you're from there? I'm like, I don't know. I was born in Texas. My dad was from there, but like I do have the cheekbones besides that,
So my grandfather, he's still alive. I just talked to them today. He was actually 7 years old in the siege of Leningrad getting fitted for a coffin because he was starving to death. Yeah, so I asked him. No one supports Putin, so
no.
It's not a reflection of the country.
No, I know. No, it was and they're talking about doing, he wants to take back Lithuania, he wants to take back all that. That's why we came here in the 30s, because they slaughtered all of our family from when it used to be St. Peter, like that area. Yeah. So this is my other thing with this, and then I want to channel for you too, is because you're like me and you understand this is I want to run two concepts by you and you tell me what you think. Now you're like, we're going back and forth with each other. So number one, there is no point for any of these governments to tell us why they're going to war.
Yeah.
There's no point for them to worry a person in Houston, Texas, in a neighborhood of the Woodlands, that there is a conflict and a war going on halfway across the world that nobody knows about.
Right.
But why is that? Well, because they get your attention, they get your ear.
They want us distracted. Because right now, more than ever, everyone's waking up. And so like kids like her, they all come here already aware of what the bigger plan is. So that's why she's like 40 already.
She's like 35 in my head. Well, this is the other thing with that too, is that, I go back and sometimes, I like to look back in time, of course, all time existent ones, but like, I like to go back to like, I go on YouTube and they have videos from the 50s where they used to train them like to in school. So it's like, oh, this is how you dress. This is how you date a boy. This is what you do here. And like, you had to follow those rules. So nobody was made back then.
Yeah.
Everybody's just doing their own thing. You got to go home. You got to go to work.
The awakening started like around the 70s. Anyone born in like the 70s, right before the millennials started coming into play, those are indigo children, and then we're crystal children. Any millennials a crystal child, and then millennials all have rainbow kids.
Yes. Okay, so my child, he's with me for well, they have down in Mississippi where I'm at. Well, I'm in Texas, but he's in Mississippi. They have what do they call it? God, Fat Tuesday. What is that? Where they go and they show their tits and they throw.
Oh, Mardi Gras.
Mardi Gras. Thank you. Sorry. Thank you for finding that. They have Mardi Gras. And so down in Mississippi, Louisiana, they take a whole week off from Mardi Gras. And so, and then they have a spring break right after. So they get 2 weeks off. They get a week off for Mardi Gras and then they get a week off for spring break. Right.
Dude, we can't even get a day off for 420.
No, it's right. Oh my God. We should celebrate that. That's coming up. That'll be a thing. You know what I want to, we'll talk about that too. And he came in, he was talking to me the other day. It was after sessions. He was out there playing a game and it's fine. He's downstairs and I get out of sessions and he goes, Mom, he goes, what were you doing around 7? And I go and I look at my schedule and I'm like, I was channeling a gentleman that had murdered his wife and had shot himself. And I go, oh, I was having a session. And he goes, Mom, I heard a man's voice.
Oh shit. But that's possible that like people can interfere on a phone call. By the way, you have orbs flying around you.
Everywhere. They're here. There's a lot of crazy crap going on in my, well, not bad, but just a lot of intensity, like people being sick and stuff in my life. Yeah. And I'm on like hyperdrive this last 2 weeks because of doing it. So, when you're in a heightened emotional state, they pick up, right? Like they're like, oh, we got to level you out. So that's what they're doing. So you're going to see them going crazy. Yeah. There's another theory I had. So run by this. And then I want to talk about a couple of things and I want to channel. What if, they preach about Jesus, they preach about all Jesus was, it's not about religion, it's about ministry. It's about going out and talking about being a light. That's all it is. And then they killed Jesus because they said, you know what, we don't like that you had more followers than the Roman government. We don't like you. Done. Yeah. And then people are like, oh no, we love your teaching. Let's dissolve you. Boom. So what if, the only moment we have is right now. And it's such an abstract concept. I'm trying to put it together, but my brain's like not wrapping around it for words.
Well, it's like those carousel things at a kid park.
Yeah.
Any moment you make a decision or focus on something, it will turn you a little bit different and project you going that way then.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes. And so with the Jesus thing, what if we come in, just for our area, for the US, right? Because we're in English, right? We don't have, Buddha and all that stuff. What if we are, part of it is the government, obviously there's church and state. We have to be taught about it. Like they tell us about it. And then we have to go through this thing where we go, oh no, I don't believe in it. Oh, I'm wandering the path. I'm wandering the darkness for like 40 days, right? And then we end up finding out that we are our own light and it all revolves and like that whole thing. And so the whole thing of like being a devout Christian or like being in that ministry or anything like that, it's not about going to church all the time. It's about the journey of finding yourself back to who you are.
Yes. But the way that religion has spiraled into it is literally to veer you off course. Yeah. Yes. And it's crazy because like people are like, now with so many people getting into like witchy things and stuff like that. Everyone's like doing what they did not want people finding out and knowing about. It's like, well, you can't stop it now, but this was always supposed to happen. I know a shaman. She doesn't live out here anymore, and I wish she did. She's in Austin. I need to connect you with her. Her name's Juanita. Okay.
Ooh.
She is the leading shaman for 22 different Native nations. Yeah. She is insane. She's the most incredible. She's crazy. Anyways, we are like shifting. The earth physically is shifting. Like,
Yes.
I mean, scientists. What is she trying to do? It's okay as long as she doesn't eat them, baby. Let her explore.
You're such a good mom.
It's fine.
Oh,
She's got this little body. She's like so angry.
What's wrong? What did you do? Who made you angry? Oh my God. Yeah, no, be a mommy. Love our baby. She's like,
What's this?
my.
Oh, you want to take this out?
The Virgo. I'm just staring at her. I'm watching her. I'm feeling her. I'm like, oh, I'm just all about it right now. Hold on.
My little mouth breather.
Yeah. Wow. Look at her. You can see her soul in her. She's not her body.
Yeah.
She's not her body. You can see it in there. Wow. Yeah, we're shifting. Everybody's waking up. And it's weird. Like and why, what was the whole point of hiding it? What's the whole point of hiding it?
Right.
Why did they, why did they?
Everyone is starting to let their freak flag fly or whatever the term is.
Yeah.
And we're with social media, everyone's sharing information, and like you see a lot more people like realizing things about themselves. So I think their plan was to keep us asleep, to try to do something maybe more malicious. I was watching Ancient Aliens last night. And,
I love.
There's now talk that, or CIA and like people from different governments are like, yeah, we work with aliens like we have for a long time and stuff. I had a medium that my mom knows tell me that she, as a kid, would like communicate with aliens and like stuff like that, and that throughout humanity we've been working with aliens. We trade people for tech, so that's why there's abductions, but there's not like all over, but that we are being prevented from exploring space until we learn how to not kill each other and all that. We have to get to a point where we don't, try to go colonize other planets type of thing.
Exactly.
So they're waiting for us to stop doing that shit before they really make themselves known. But they're slowly easing us into like, aliens are real.
I'm right there with you. Yeah, I was watching, I was going into that. Well, this is the whole thing now. Now this is where
that's the malicious part though, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think that would be, I think almost in like a slave way. I don't know. It gets even,
for sure.
A slave way. It gets even more. Now, the other thing that I think about sometimes is like, yes, I channel spirit. Yes, I channel for you. And I channel all of this, but like, they talk about we're channeling aliens, but what if the aliens are actually the angels? And when we go,
was that a feather?
Yeah. So random.
You said an angel and a feather fell down.
Did you see that too? Yeah, I don't have any feathers in here. There's nothing about a feather. I don't have any feathers in here at all. Like this jacket is not feathered. This is just freaking cool.
Nothing's down.
Yeah. Okay. I gotta find that. No, there. What about if the angel is the alien? I swear, if there was another feather that came down, I was just gonna walk out of my room and say, "All right, I'll see."
If you think about it, like, there could. You never know. There is something about. You need to be quiet, Mama. Inside voice. Your butt cheeks hanging out. She makes her diaper into a thong.
We're getting started early. No, and then whenever I channel spirit, right? You go back over, you cross back over, that's that vibration. And then we right here, we're in our spacesuit. I don't know. There's so many different abstract.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many different timelines, like even the mandala effect, for example, like proof of coexisting timelines.
Yeah.
Yes. So yeah, there. Who knows? Like, I mean, I don't believe that it's like a matrix, like we're laying in a bed somewhere, like
no,
you know. But I
No.
do think that it's like layers and different vibrational layers and things.
Yes.
And oh, here's my mouth.
Okay. And I think that's also like me and you. So this is another thing. Me and you are sensitive, right? So the thing about this, so you grew up playing music, you grew up feeling music. Music is vibration that comes naturally to you, right? Playing by ear. So me too. We're very, very smart, in tune, feeling type of people. What is the fact that we were able to grow up and feel the music and hear it and understand it, that helps us channel spirit because we're able to sense vibrations. Like,
yes. No, that's totally true. Musicians, there's a reason also why so many artists and musicians have extra gifts and even like extra problems in terms of like being too sensitive and, you know, and then having trauma from that or whatever. But everyone who's a musician has some sort of extra connection, like they can feel stuff or things like that. So I definitely think that's there. Like,
yeah,
I mean, anyone who does music is also here to spread it, because music is magic. You can take someone back to like when they were a kid, or you know, like when they lost somebody, or like for me, like the one song that will make me cry every single time about my mom is Landslide by the Dixie Chicks. Yeah, that was her song.
Oh, that just even, oh my God. Yeah, man, God. You know, it's weird because I feel your mother and I feel your mom, just like she's just a presence right now. Hang on. Now that we're talking about her. Why is she gray though? Hang on, why are you gray? She doesn't like that man.
Her husband.
Hold on. It's like going out with the kids. I don't know, like all about out with the kids right now. It's talking about your mother's very like quiet. She's like,
it could be my dad.
Is that
my dad's a piece of shit?
Is he a piece of shit? I mean, but he was a very creative.
He's not rude to us, but like my brother just had his first kid on the 8th. My mom's lucky number, by the way, 8. My niece was due on the 2nd also, and she's waited until the 8th.
Really?
Yeah. So my brother just had his first kid, and my dad he posted my niece on his Instagram, like, welcome my granddaughter, blah blah blah. Never had posted my daughter ever. Only follows my brother. He hasn't responded to any of us in like 2 weeks, but he has his red receipts on.
Okay, can I look at your can I look at your dad's chart?
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. I want to see where he feels very Taurus Aries type of vibe. When is dad's birthday?
He's February 10th, 1958.
Oh, he has the Aquarius. That's where he gets that creative from. 1958, you said?
Yes.
Okay, and then what city was he born in?
Sao Paulo, Brazil.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to go down there and go see it. Like, that's a place that people in you know, the United States don't ever say like, oh, I want to go down to Argentina. Like, we're always wanting to go to Europe for some reason.
Yeah. Or just go to Mexico.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my God. No, the thing, you were talking about ancient aliens. I have a really good friend. His name is Brian Forrester, and he's part of that series, but he goes through and he finds the ancient technology, like from the pre-dynastic period, where like the rocks were cut with like lasers and stuff from like 10,000 years ago.
That's crazy.
So he's big on YouTube. But anyways, him and I are friends because I find that fascinating.
Yeah.
Because they did it mentally. Everything was like telepathic. Everything's mental. So it's like, you know, and the Caracas, which are the ones with a long skull, you know, all that stuff. So that's the brain power is more. And I've always
keep going. I can tell you after.
No. Yeah. So the Caracas with like the red thing, and I've been wanting to go down to Peru and like Cusco and like all that to go see because they have this big tour. I mean, that's where I want to go.
I really want to just feel the energy there. I think it'd be so crazy. Yeah.
Okay, but nobody will go with me. We should go.
I'll go.
Okay. Bring the girls. Bring the kids.
They want to travel so bad. My husband's family is from Honduras / Guatemala, so definitely have to go down there.
Okay. Well, the only thing I ever have to do is I just have to do sessions Monday through Thursday, and I just need a hotel room and peace and quiet and some internet. That's all I need, and a minute to meditate. Wow. Oh my God.
I'll get the Airbnb.
There we go. We do it together. We'll split. We split half and half. You have the kids, I do it, and then we'll do food. Oh my God.
I have a completely free schedule.
Okay. So I'm playing. Okay. So let's do the April thing. We'll figure out the April thing. And then, from there, look, we're just like dating each other. It's like, oh, you have a husband, I have a son, you have a daughter. Now we're just BFFs, like whatever. It's because we vibe, man. Your dad can be very narcissistic.
Oh, he's like Trump, and oddly was friends with him and hates him. I'm like, you guys are like the same fucking person.
Why does he hate him?
I mean, like their views are like different. Where my dad is like more compassionate about like like things, and but the narcissism is the same. Like it's insane. Like my mom, for example, helped him out. He was going through a divorce with my old stepmom. My dad's on his 4th marriage. My mom was the 2nd wife. So the 3rd wife left him with nothing, like took everything he had. And so he was going to have to sell all his music rights.
Yeah.
And he was going to sell them to some random company. And my mom said, no, I'll forgive you for the $3 million in child support you owe me. And I will buy the music and put it in a trust for the kids. Like, it'll always be there, blah, blah, blah. Saved his ass. My mom dies, she had the royalties in a trust, whatever.
Yeah.
My dad and stepmom tried to come after them to the point where my dad was like screaming at us, like, you're the only ones that can fix this. He like telling us he's eating grilled cheeses and about to be homeless. His rent is like $8,000 in Hollywood or in the Hollywood Hills. His wife is a comedian. Like they've been on like reality shows. It's like, you're not broke. You're not broke. You just don't have as much money as your friends who are in the fucking Marvel movies. Like you just, who cares?
Yes. No, I know. He is. He's something. And but it's interesting because his second house, that's his karma. I mean, that's in Cancer. So he's trying to build a family, but he can't. Like, that's why he can't marry. Wow. Yeah, your dad's karmatic. You on the other hand are a whole nother thing. I can't wait. Actually I can, but I think the Christian, I think I'm talking about your mom. I'm asking about how it ends with the father. Did he have like chronic liver issues, or did he just drink a lot?
He drinks a lot, and he was sober for like 12 years, and his wife that she was with him when he got sober, and like the whole time he was sober, she kept making fun of him, like being like, you're too old to not have a drink in your hand. It's like, dude, he doesn't have to have an alcoholic beverage in his hand. And he has so many health problems that are related to alcohol, gout.
My husband's an alcoholic.
Yeah, so I mean, I grew up, I think I was 14. My dad was super broke. My mom was like, look, stay at the house. I'll go up. She had a house in like Lake Tahoe. She went to stay with him, with her boyfriend at the time up there. Let my dad stay at the house with us. Yeah. My dad was on, I think we found like sleeping pills, antidepressants, pain pills, and alcohol. And he crashed the car while we were in it. He rolled into the person in front of him, and then said that they backed up, but we were like on a downward slope. And then sat in my sister's apartment. My sister's 8 years older. She was like huddled protecting us in the corner, and he sat across the room hurling our Christmas presents at us as hard as he could. Yeah. And I don't remember that. Like, I blocked it out. My sister like told me, yeah, like that was so fucked up.
I get it. It's interesting. You and I have a lot of my dad was he was a general in the Air Force, so very high up, and he owned his own business. They own my family, they own hospitals. That's what they do on that side. And then I'm like the random one that does all this stuff, right? But yeah, my dad was an alcoholic growing up for a little bit. I got to witness all that. So kind of like the same thing, but then he stopped, you know, and I'm right there with you. My mom was his second wife. So then so it's like all the best ones come last. That's a whole nother thing. That's you and I. And oh my God, your mom, she's talking about the dad. The reason why is I go, will this relationship be healed? Or will this relationship be resolved by the time he passes? And so what they talk about is like, he literally either like drinks himself into like liver failure, or he gets into where he is in that liver kidney failure area. And then it's like the slow demise and we have to take him off. And then all I hear from you is saying like, well, you know, that's my dad. So it's like, well,
I've always felt like he would wake up in the hospital on his deathbed and like feel remorse and like realize shit when it's too late. And I've always had that play in my head, almost like a movie. And his wife, she's 21 years younger than him. I mean, you could look her up. She now uses my dead mom as a talking point. Yeah. Making up all these stories about her, like, and her problem is, oh, guess what? You couldn't get your hands on the royalties. So
oh my God, money with them. And you know, you look at it, right? So you and I, we enjoy funds, right? But we came from, you know, my family, my dad was a coal miner, like, well, his from coal miners, right? So we like built everything up from nothing, like scrapping it, right? And so now we enjoy it, but we don't hang on to money where it's like, oh, I gotta have it. It's like, and that's what causes it to have abundance. That's why it keeps coming in. That's why this is here. And so it's interesting, like they will always be miserable because they're in that vibration of focusing on money, and money doesn't gain happiness.
Right. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. My dad always, like, my sister bought a house, like a little 2-bedroom in Florida. Her house was like $300,000, like very cheap.
Yeah.
Whatever. Great. Congratulations. My dad got pissed.
Right.
He was like, she can buy a house, but I can't because your mom stole all my money. I'm like, she didn't steal your money, but okay.
I know. I look at people like that and I feel it. You can feel it. It's that edge. And you feel, I always, why can't they, if I can feel their edge and see how they could change or turn or view it from another point, why can't they? I think that's the most frustrating part.
So my dad's mom just passed away. When was it? In December? In January, I forget. And the whole time, like, he had to go to the hospital, watched his mom die and all that. He actually got to the hospital 20 minutes late after she passed, but he had been going to the hospital while she was in there. And we had to stay with our mom for a week in the hospital while she died from pancreatic cancer.
Sure.
And, you know, he's treated us like shit. So he actually told my brother, like, I'm sorry, like, you can go home if you want to. My brother was like, no, this isn't my first rodeo. Like, I want to be here, like, whatever. He was like, unfortunately, this is mine. And then apologized for not being there. And then, like, at the funeral, mentioned that I had a point holding negative people away from me, like really just not letting people in my life.
Because you don't want them around you.
Yeah. But then like he has like 2 weeks of like staying in touch with his sister, my aunt and stuff, and like being really nice and supportive. And then now it's back to like not calling anyone, nothing. It's like, dude, seriously? Like,
I know. And that's that circle, that's that karma. And so when they pass, if that's not complete, like if that's not sealed up nicely, then they have to resolve it again.
My mom, for just so you know, I think was like weirdly connected because she raised me saying that if you have a hard life, it's because there's lessons that you haven't learned yet and haven't overcome, and like it'll get harder and harder. you know, like the knock on the door will get louder. So whenever shit happens and I realize I'm like not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, I realize that things get harder, and then like I'll step back into line. My dad just thinks my mom was like some fucking delusional ditz, you know, like whatever. But it's like, it's true, you're not learning from something and the lessons are getting harder. And you're not waking up. So your next life is probably gonna be real fun.
Yes, correct. Well, it's because they don't leave that loop. They don't leave that circle. I actually talked about it on live. It's interesting you bring that up. It's like, it's almost like they hop into where like the waves are, but then you go underneath it. You can't get out of that circle until something kicks them out. Right.
Yeah. I always tell my friends, they're like, you know a lot, like that's weird. And I'm like, yeah, if you don't wake up, like next time you're gonna get more hurt. I have a friend who has 3 DUIs and literally every single time got worse. And the last time she got a DUI, she, I guess, pinned herself between a phone pole and a fence and somehow did not get injured. She went to jail, but you know, and I'm like, dude, like the next time if you don't wake up, like you could be dead. Die. You know, like it gets worse and worse every time.
Mm-hmm.
Every single time.
Mm-hmm. It does until they wake up. No, when you see the pattern. No, I'll give you a small thing. So my husband, and obviously, you know, obviously don't share this because confidant thing, but he was I didn't know he was a recovering alcoholic from a long time ago, and he's a year older than me, and he had 7 DUIs.
Shit.
He went to prison for 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
And after that it kept going and going and going. I mean, that was way before I met him, and he does business and he do countries, Taurus Aries. Yeah. That's what they do. With a Cancer. So it's really, really masculine, but then we get sad. So we drink our emotional things. That's where that comes from. But he finally learned it. He was like, I had to step out of that pattern. I had to jump out of vibration.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's like a riptide. It
is
right under.
It is. Oh my God. Okay, so we gotta figure this out. If you need me, first off, email me first. I just like to talk to you anytime. I'll figure out for April. I'll let you know on a date on that. Let me know if the shaman person, you should come to Austin.
Yeah, I'm gonna. Yeah, I actually I lived in Austin and Katy before. So.
Yeah. Really? Yeah. Shut the front door. And I go and live in California in that area like half the time of my year too. So we're just boo-bopping all around. And so I'll be in Utah. So all right, so take a couple of minutes, like I said, have a good breather. That feather thing was weird. If you need me, email me. I'm gonna email you probably, it's gonna be either tomorrow or the next day, and I'll let you know. And then whatever you want to do. If you just have a whim and you're like, hey, do you want to go see this? Fine. I'm down. I'm down. You let me know because I'm free.
Eagle Mountain. We have to.
We need to go feel. We should film. We'll go figure it. Okay, so just email me, or I'll email you too. Okay.
Okay, for sure.
I love you.
Love you. Nice.
Bye, honey.